The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty with the older brother Kelton. Today's subject, we're actually going to touch upon a article that I read earlier in the news headlines about a Spokane teacher who had a complaint against her because her mask created a hostile work environment. Now, um, her mask had a symbol of a fictitious bird called the mockingjay from the Hunger Games book series and movies. That is correct. You heard that correctly. That symbol is creating a hostile work environment in her school. There's also slogans on her mask that says "You matter" and "Smile under that." Very, very hostile. I mean, very hostile language, very hostile symbol. Um, and now, like I said, this happened in an elementary school in Spokane, Washington. Now, she has to wear the KN95 mask because of the vaccine mandate that the governor imposed. As a workaround for her not to get the vaccine, the school managed to engineer a thing for over 700 employees where they have to wear that mask. Now, this is her way of protesting the vaccine mandate and a defiance of tyranny, as she stated. Um, the tyrant she is not saying is the school board, but the governor. And now, according to the principal, five co-workers complained about it, saying it created a hostile work environment. The teacher has since is going to file a grievance and said that those complaints actually stem from animosity towards her from those five employees. Now, I can understand if it was a Trump mask, uh, F Joe Biden mask, or Let's Go Brandon mask, or something political. But to say that you're in a hostile work environment because it's a fictitious bird, no, don't even exist in real life, and the slogans "You matter" and "Smile under that." I don't see how that is a hostile work environment unless they're on the side of the governor and they know that she's protesting the governor. But it is the right of every American to protest and freedom of speech. It did not violate any school laws that I know of. It had no derogatory. It didn't even have a political slogan. It took a picture of a fake bird, not even, a symbol, a silhouette of the bird. And that's creating a hostile work environment. I mean, how woke do you have to be? Seriously. Of course, it's not too far from Seattle, so maybe those people came from Seattle and they got their feelings hurt because they don't like the Hunger Games. Who knows? I mean, the only way I could see it creating a hostile work environment is if the Hunger Games was actually a documentary of or a prophecy of what's going to happen in the future, and those five employees came back in time and used to work for the President Snow regime, and went back to time because his regime fell. That's the only way I could see it being a hostile work environment. Maybe we should check to see if they're time travelers. I mean, I don't know. Ask them who their favorite president was, and if they say Snow, then maybe that's why it's creating a hostile work environment. Who knows? But it's gotten ridiculous now. It's not even a "Let's Go Brandon" mask. It's a picture of a fake bird people. But I'm, I want to know if that school feels the same way about, oh, I don't know, any political mask that's endorsing Democrat views or any other views. And if they're not having issues with those masks, then this mask should not be a problem either, considering that it does neither. It is just one person's interpretation of the symbol. But apparently, I guess our freedom stop when the woke freedom begin. Because apparently we can't say nothing because it might offend people. I'm sorry, my freedom does not stop because you get offended. Check your feelings at the gate. Because freedom of speech is what this country was founded on. Freedom of the press, freedom of religion, not freedom from speech, not freedom from religion, but the right to say what we want, as long as it's not being racist. Um, yes, racism is freedom. If you say a racist comment, that is freedom of speech. But there was no racism involved on this school grounds. There was no hatred. It was just a symbol of a bird. And the person, the wearer interpretation of it. And if now your interpretations are now subject to be criticized and cause you to have complaints against you and say you're creating a hostile work environment, well, guess what? That can be used for anybody. Because I'm sorry, Biden should now be out of office because he's creating a hostile living environment in the United States of America. And that's just my opinion. But what about yours? Like, share, comment on our channel. We have a Rumble channel as well and a blog site which you can find in the about information on and our link on our banner. But like I said, this is the Brothers of Liberty, where we're always going to remind you what true freedom is, whether you want to hear it or not, and whether you like it or not, because it's your freedom not to like it and our freedom to talk about it.